Is Earth ending? It's a haunting question, one that echoes in late-night conversations, sci-fi thrillers, and, more recently, in serious scientific reports and global headlines. What was once dismissed as a far-off fantasy is now being studied, debated, and tracked by the world's most powerful space agencies, environmental organizations, and military think tanks. And as strange, dangerous events unfold both in the cosmos and here on our fragile planet, it's a question that no longer feels entirely hypothetical. Something is happening, multiple things in fact, and they're raising red flags that we can no longer afford to ignore. Let's start with space, the vast, mysterious realm above our heads. While it may look peaceful from down here, space is an unpredictable and often violent place. The sun, our life giver, is also a potential threat. Scientists monitor solar activity closely because a powerful solar flare, known as a coronal mass ejection, can unleash charged particles strong enough to fry satellites, disable GPS systems, knock out power grids, and disrupt air traffic control systems across entire continents. In 1859, a solar storm known as the Carrington event caused telegraph wires to burst into flames. If something like that happened today, in our tech-dependent world, the damage could reach trillions of dollars, and recovery could take years. But solar storms are just one piece of the puzzle. NASA, the European Space Agency, ESA, and other observatories constantly scan the sky for what they call near-Earth objects, asteroids and comets that come dangerously close to our planet. As of now, over 30,000 such objects have been identified, and hundreds more are discovered each month. Some are small, but others are massive, large enough to wipe out entire regions or even cause global extinction. In 2029, a massive asteroid named Apophis will pass extremely close to Earth, so close that it will fly underneath our satellite orbit. While it's not expected to hit us, it's a chilling reminder that the universe doesn't care about our plans. And remember, this has happened before. 66 million years ago, a space rock about 10 kilometers wide crashed into what is now Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The result? The extinction of the dinosaurs. So yes, Earth has a history with death from above, and scientists agree it could happen again. They're working on planetary defense systems, rockets that could deflect asteroids, but we're still in the early stages. One miscalculation, and we might not get a second chance. Meanwhile, back on Earth, we're doing our own damage, and it may be even worse. The atmosphere, which has protected life for billions of years, is under siege. Carbon dioxide levels are the highest they've been in over 2 million years, and global temperatures are rising fast. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, says that we are on track to surpass the critical 1.5 degrees C threshold within the next decade if we don't cut emissions drastically. That threshold isn't just a number. It marks the line between manageable climate disruption and runaway chaos. If crossed, we could see entire ecosystems collapse, agricultural systems fail, and hundreds of millions of people displaced by floods, droughts, and extreme weather. Glaciers are melting at unprecedented rates. Sea levels have already risen by over 8 inches since 1880, and the pace is accelerating. Cities like Jakarta are sinking, Venice is flooding regularly, and low-lying nations like the Maldives may vanish entirely within decades. Wildfires are now seasonal in places that used to be temperate. Massive floods are hitting places with no history of such events. Even the Arctic is now recording temperatures above 100 degrees, something that was once considered impossible. But beyond nature, there's an even more terrifying threat: ourselves. Humanity has created weapons capable of ending civilization in minutes. Over 13,000 nuclear warheads still exist in silos, submarines, and aircraft, ready to launch at a moment's notice. One full-scale nuclear exchange could ignite a firestorm that blocks sunlight from the sky, plummeting Earth into a nuclear winter. Crops would fail, ecosystems would collapse. 1 billion people or more could die from starvation. The doomsday clock, maintained by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, is currently set at 90 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been. And it's not just nuclear weapons. With rising tensions among global superpowers, space is becoming militarized. Nations are testing anti-satellite weapons that could trigger debris storms in orbit, effectively cutting Earth off from communications and space travel. Even the fabric of space itself holds surprises. In recent years, scientists have discovered massive, fast-moving objects entering our solar system from deep space. Oumuamua, an interstellar object, passed through in 2017 and left scientists baffled with its strange shape and speed. Was it natural? Was it artificial? We still don't know. Meanwhile, rogue planets, gigantic planets not tied to any star, are drifting through the galaxy, and some models suggest they could pass through our solar system millions of years from now, disrupting orbits and creating chaos. And then, of course, there's the ultimate endgame. In about 5 billion years, the sun will run out of fuel and expand into a red giant, likely engulfing Mercury, Venus, and possibly Earth. Our planet will be reduced to cosmic ash, swallowed by the very star that once gave it life. But that's a long way off, and honestly, we have far more pressing concerns in the next 50 to 100 years. So, is Earth ending? The answer is, not yet. The Earth as a rock floating through space isn't going anywhere for billions of years. But the Earth as we know it, the green forests, the flowing rivers, the cities buzzing with life, the civilization we've built brick by brick, that Earth is facing more threats than ever before. From the depths of space to the depths of our own actions, danger is closing in. The ending isn't written yet, but if we ignore the warnings, we may not like how the final chapters read.